Hi, I'm Ridhya Raj. I am a global patient ambassador and I advocate for people with chronic illness, limitations, and disabilities. And last week, I had a conversation with a man that stuck in my head, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Let me break it down for you. The gentleman in question is extremely fit and healthy, was competing in a sporting event, then afterwards went for regular annual checkup. He was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition, immediately went through chemotherapy and put onto immunosuppressants. So I asked him, so how are you coping with this? And he says to me, I'm okay. Okay. Any nausea? No, I was quite scared when I heard about it, but I walked into the ward and other people were eating and I was wondering about it, but I had a really good doctor and she gave me a bunch of meds before each treatment so I wouldn't feel the side effects. Okay. Have you experienced any hair loss? No. Any fatigue, sir? Well, after chemotherapy, yes, for about 3 days afterwards, I did feel it a bit, but otherwise I'm okay. Do you have an appetite, sir? Yeah, I'm eating fine. The only thing that the gentleman mentioned to me is that he's gained a bit of weight due to the steroids he takes before his treatment. And that's been a little hard to shift, even though he's added in additional physical movement to his day-to-day life. The gentleman is quite fit and healthy, went about the rest of his working day. And it really got me thinking. Maybe you see us online and we're speaking about gender bias in medicine, and you're wondering, what are we banging on about? But I am convinced that the reason as to why this gentleman is okay is because the large amount of medicines and treatment options have been tested solely on men. That is why they have better outcomes than women. The female body was thought to be too complex, too many variables, all of these hormones. But that means that half of the population, the medicines are not working for them accurately. He had gone in for a regular once a year annual checkup. But the parameters for the lab results picked up this condition. Why? Because men were part of the study when it came to the tests and results, not women. And that is why women go far longer being misdiagnosed, prescribed antidepressants and anti-anxiety meds, when in reality they are suffering and the tests are not picking up what's going on in their bodies. Did you realize that this is why there could be women in your lives, or you, that's just not seeing any results in your meds, that's just struggling and trying to find a diagnosis with clinicals, and it's just not working out? Surprise, shawty.